Hey, what's up, New Zealand? Michael D'Angelo with Silence Media. Everything I say and do is based upon my opinion and the opinions of Silence Media. Today I want to talk about something a little bit close to you all. Alright, so on the rough end of the scale, on a youth rate, somebody doing an apprenticeship will earn roughly 9 hours a day times 5, about $9.45 at $18 an hour. And you take out around about $200 for tax and everything else. It's about $7.45. That's youth rate. Alright, so that's the lowest you're going to go. Now, that's if you're working. Right? So, what does somebody on the basic benefit get? On the basic unemployment benefit? Hey, you just bear with me, right? So, according to the United Nations, the New Zealand benefit system, unemployment benefit system, is some of the harshest in the world. Why? Oh, let's see. It's under $200. 200. We'll go with 200 because it's under or over, depending on who you are. All right. 200 a week. There isn't anything in New Zealand except for boarding houses for a single person on a benefit. I was listening to News Talk 2ZB and some dickhead, some real fucktard, got on there and turned around and said that, oh, my son's on $18 an hour, 5 days a week, and he's going to get less than the benefit. What fucking benefit do you get that shit off? Huh? What fucking benefit in the real world do you get $945 a week? Huh? Come on, man. You people need to stop talking bullshit and start looking at reality. Kerry Woodrum. I heard her and she was talking so much caca, so much bullshit. And then Chris Hipkins comes in and I'm like going, oh God, don't bring this fool in. He just fucked up the last fucking 5 years. 6 years. 9 years. Ever since he's been in power, he's fucked it up. Okay, so anyway, back to it. So you get $200 a week on the benefit, give or take a little, right? Even the youth rate is better than that. The youth rate. Here's where it gets even worse. Because I don't really give a fuck about the benefit. The disability benefit. Now, there are thousands of veterans in New Zealand that cannot work. Veterans that cannot work. And they are lumped together with the unemployment. Yeah, that's true. These are veterans who have served their country in some way, shape or form, whether it be through the United Nations, whether it be through whatever services. But they have served their country, and we do what? We throw them on the unemployment benefit under a disability. Huh? So you got people who have, instead of going through ACC, they end up on because they got sick or something or other, and yada yada yada. Like my brother's got no legs, so they give him, I think the equivalent, he gets around about 380 a week. 380 a week. A week. A week, people. 380 a week. I looked at him today and I was like, you can't live on that, bro. 380 a week. Fuck, that wouldn't even cover like my rent at my old house. My rent at my old house was $760 a week. My mortgage was that, $780 a week. Fucking hell, man. And these guys, both governments, turn around and say, oh, no, that's what they get because that's what they need to survive. Survive for what? In a cardboard box? Are you fucking stupid? I heard the Greens turn around at the last elections go, oh, we're going to give $345 to the unemployment benefit. I was like, huh? Are you serious? Sorry, it was a fly on the screen. You know, if they raised it up to 500, I'd probably shut up about this. But we're looking at the disability and the invalid's benefit, and yeah, no, that's just pathetic. And even the United Nations agrees that it's the most weakest benefit system per capita in the United Nations itself. In England, you get a disability check once a month, and it's something like $2,500 a month. Once a month. In let's look at another poor country. In Australia, it's a little bit less. It's about $2,000 a month, which would be around about $500 a week for disability, just the basic disability. Yet here in New Zealand, one of the first of the United Nations countries, we get what? For who? $200 a week. And I notice that Kerry always talks about the DPB and shit like that, but never the unemployment benefit. Because the DPB is different. That's plus 1 child, plus 2 child, plus 3 child, plus 4 child. And if you're having more than that, you shouldn't be on a fucking benefit. You should be going out and getting the dickhead who's dipping it to pay for it. And I'm just going to say it because everybody knows I'm in the freedom movement and there's the freedom of choice, but not when you're having babies. If you can't afford one, then don't have two. If you can't afford two, don't have three. And if you have three and you're on the solo domestic purposes benefit or the solo mum's benefit, then and you have four, well then you should have forcibly your tubes tied. Because fuck you, you're just opening your legs to everybody and letting fucking shit happen. And then, what, depending on the benefit, fuck, what a joke. Here's how I see around it, people. I reckon that if people want to work on the benefit, they should get youth rate. And when I say that, work on the benefit, be working for the benefit, and they get youth rate. There are a lot of jobs out there that used to be done by prisoners and everything else. Well, let's hand it over to the unemployment line. Let's hand it all over to the unemployment line. Let's start making plates for your cars, registration plates. Let's start making roads, cement paths. Let's start having road crews with the unemployment. Let's start putting hard labour and then giving them youth rate. Or start putting them into government paid jobs like market gardening or even housing. And having a master builder, like it's quite simple. Any trade will do. Any trade will do, as long as you've got somebody more experienced, more qualified, and they go around and they do the prisons, they do the bloomin' the council buildings, they do the bloomin' parks and reserves. You know, if they like sparky work, they can do that somewhere down the track, and then you have a qualified sparky there to train them, teach them, and then qualify them, so that they've got their qualifications, and when they go out and leave the scheme, they can get a job pretty snappy. As for the unemployment, it's a bit hard to do that to the disability. You see, remember, most people on the disability benefit or the invalid's benefit, they're not there because of choice. My brother's not there because of choice. It wasn't his choice to have his legs chopped off. It was the DHB. And yet we're punishing them. We're punishing them. We're punishing the disabled. For what reason? To show the rest of the world just how sick and twisted we are? I'm sorry, people, but you're all fucked in the head if you think that way. And this government better either wake the fuck up or get the fuck out. Because until we meet the United Nations mark, we're still a third world country. And don't say, oh, where's the money coming from? Because at the end of the day, the income will earn itself for the unemployment benefit. The income will earn itself. It's quite simple. If it's earning itself and it's paying and it's working, then we go out and it branches out and branches out and branches out. And I've said this for over 20 years that, you know, there shouldn't be free money in New Zealand. to the unemployed that there should not be free money in New Zealand. There should not be. But at $200 a week, that's a joke. It's a fucking joke. You expect people... I mean, there are more people doing crime today on the benefit than ever before. Why? You know, they're saying crime doesn't pay. Well, it does pay. It does pay. And that's why they're doing it. You get them into a working mindset, right? And where they work for their money and they're getting better pay than $200 a week. If they were getting $9.45 a week, or take out tax and ACC and all of that and say $7.45 a week, if they were getting that on the unemployment benefit, on an unemployment working benefit, then you would see everybody else on the unemployment benefit trying to get on the unemployment working benefit. And you would see people trying to get to work. But no, the New Zealand government is lapping this up because they know damn well that they've got the power and the authority to get this done, but they have never done it properly. They handed it over to Mickey Mouse outfits to do, and they just trashed it. Hipkins is full of shit. Luxon is full of shit. You want New Zealand to work? Then give them something to work for. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. And as for the disability, well, Jesus crikey dick. Really? We're punishing our disability? We're punishing our people? It's a bit like that have a do for a dickhead. Maybe we should punish her for having a big mouth. Eh? I got some granola in there. Why don't we flush it down her mouth? Maybe it'll clean her out a bit. Fucking bitch. I'm Michael D'Angelo with Silence Media. Everything I say and do is based upon my opinion and the opinions of Silence Media. Stay safe, be righteous, be well, be free. Peace.